I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're talking about transformation and self-discovery with Cassandra Crawley Mayo. She has written a wonderful book, a book you're just going to want to read. It is called Is Your Way in Your Way? A self-discovery guide for women on how to restore yourself, learn from experience, and find your true self again. In this inspiring book, Cassandra shares her journey of overcoming self-sabotage and finding divine guidance, offering women a powerful roadmap to fulfillment. Get ready to uncover your purpose, embrace God's plan, and break free from the limitations holding you back. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Bookside Press for helping us put her in the spotlight today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her beautiful book. The links are below this interview. Cassandra, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
It's actually great to be here. Thank you so much, Logan. Thank you for those sentiments about my book. I
Oh,
appreciate it.
absolutely. It's a wonderful book. I think it's going to help a lot of women. I love the title, Is Your Way in Your Way? What does that mean exactly?
Well, what it means is that I was in my way. I've been in my way. And the story of basically is I've always wanted to write a book. And for years. And I was wondering what was stopping me. And I realized that I had a lot of self-imposed barriers, like doubt, like what would people say about me? What about the personal stories that I'm telling about myself? Who am I to write a book? I'm not a star. I'm not important. No one knows about me. And I just realized that I am in, and so many people are just in their own way. And I had a self-discovery journey to figure out what was holding me back.
It's great you had that breakthrough, that aha moment when you realized you were holding yourself back because so many people suffer from this affliction, both men and women, and they don't realize it. They want to do something, they're excited about the opportunity or the change, but then oh no, what if this? What if that? What if this? What if that? And all of
Yes,
the negativity kicks in. How do you
yes.
get past those self-doubts? How do you get past those limiting beliefs? How do you get past that voice in your head that's saying you're not good enough when you know you really are?
Yeah, I actually did hear a voice. And I thought I was reading an article about a woman named Bonnie Ware. Bonnie Ware was a hospice nurse. So therefore, she interviewed individuals that were in transition and she asked them their regrets. And they had five regrets. And I'm going to talk about two of them that really resonated with me. The three was I worked too hard. I wish I traveled. I wish I visited friends. But they had two that said, I wish I could have been more true to myself. And I wish I could have been more happier. And that struck a nerve with me like, why can't we be? And from that, I remember a sermon that I heard to say that the richest place in the world was the graveyard because there's so many unmet dreams. And at that point, I was like, no more. So I prayed and asked God to help me to do what I am ordained to do. And that's what started the journey.
Wonderful, wonderful. Your faith is central to your journey, to your life, to this book.
Yes.
Tell us how you let God guide your journey to fulfillment.
Well, I wrote what I call love letters because I think love surpasses everything. So, what I mean is that I wrote the book for women and I wrote it in love. So, there's no judgment in the book. And I wanted to have something to validate or to confirm the love letters that I was writing. So, that's why I would put a scripture in the first chapter. Every chapter had a scripture. And at the end of each chapter, there was a synopsis of what God said about it. And let me give you an example. One was talking about your childhood. You know, your childhood, it dictates your adulthood, actually. And then I put like, bring up a child the way they should go and they won't depart from it. You know, so that scripture went in there. And then it was another one like, as women, we compare ourselves. And in the word of God, it says comparing yourself is not a good thing. That's not smart. So I would do that so individuals say, oh, did God really say that? Did he really say that? So with that, it solidifies everything because God said it, not Cassandra.
Exactly, exactly. What advice would you have for women who feel stuck or trapped in their current situation, whether it's work or their personal life?
Mhm. My advice is think about, and this is not a cliche, life is so short, and there's so many individuals who are just they're just out there. They have a routine life, they're not loving life. It's kind of like when your soul is calling you to something and you just can't figure it out. So therefore, you kind of let go of what it is that you have and ask God to help you with that so that you can get the spirit or whatever is going to actually move, but you have to want to really do it because we all have dreams. And I believe those dreams are you are ordained, which means it's a gift. So don't leave this earth with no regrets, none, because when I leave, I want my cup to be running over.
Exactly, exactly. You touched on this before, that our childhoods are very, very important. They kind of shape our beliefs, they shape our values, they shape the way we look at life and the way we look at the world.
Yes.
Sometimes we're blessed and our parents filled our brains with very positive, affirmative messages. Other people are not so lucky. Their brains were filled with doubt and fear and suspicion and negativity. How do you rewire your brain?
Well, I'm going to give you a story, and I'll tell you a little bit about my childhood. And my mom was a perfectionist, and my mother always criticized me, like, "Why are you looking like that? Why are you wearing this? Why do you do that? Why do you walk like this?" And I realized as I got older, I strived for perfection. I wanted everything to be perfect. So when I realized where it came from, it was very, very helpful. So I just advise individuals to, for example, I have workshops and I'm a mentor. And I have one that says design and create your best life on your terms. And many times when you really want to do things, you can't do it alone. We want to create it by ourselves. So get the support that you need in order to be able to do what it is that you're ordained to do so you can start having a meaning, I mean, a really meaningful life, because that means everything.
That perfectionism that your mother instilled in you hurt or help you? Maybe in some aspects it helped, other aspects it hurt. What do you say?
It hurt.
Hmm.
It hurt me until I went on my self-discovery journey. And the reason it hurt me because I would not, everything had to be perfect. So it took me so long to get things done because it just wasn't right. And doing that, I just became overwhelmed. I was burnt out because I'm trying to get everything perfect and there's no perfect person. So when I realized that, I said, okay, so what's the worst that can happen now?
Exactly. And I believe beauty and art and aesthetics lie in their imperfection, not in their perfections. I mean, I
Yes.
think asymmetry is more interesting than symmetry. So I think once you embrace the inner idiot inside of you, you're a happier person. That's what I
Yes.
try to do all the time because I have an inner idiot, no doubt. I do some things great. I do think something's horrible, and I've embraced both sides of me. And I think it helps you become comfortable in your own skin. And it
Yes,
also makes you not afraid to fail. Being afraid to fail is a terrible thing
it is.
because we're all going to fall on our faces here and there. And so what? So what? You know, you fall on your face, are you not going to do that open mic at the comedy show because you might fall on your face? Are you
Yeah,
not going to write that book because people might say, who is she writing that book? You know?
exactly.
Guess what? People are
Exactly.
going to write that book, say that about you, whether it's brilliant or not. So
Exactly.
don't listen to those negative voices. Before we leave you, let's give the folks at home an overview of what they'll find inside the book. They've picked your brain now a little bit. We've gone
Sure.
through a lot of different topics.
Yeah.
What's between the covers of this book? What will they learn?
You will learn how, number one, you'll start going on a self-discovery journey. And you
Mhm.
will realize that your self-esteem, you're having some problems with self-esteem. So therefore, you're unable to move forward. You're comparing yourself to people. Those are the things that I talk about. Some of us have mental and physical illness. We talk about that, dear women with mental, physical illness. Dear women who've lost a loved one, dear women who have doubted whether there was a God. um, dear women who have experienced racism and inequality. Now, all of those that are comprised in the book is my story. I have dealt with all of this, and just based on the reviews and the comments that I get, I am not alone. There's something in that book for every woman. You will see yourself in that book. And then I even have a chapter for dear women who are in a good place, because we do become in a good place. I'm still a work in progress, but still, I have better days than I had before. So I talk about, because everybody wants to know what their purpose is. So I have a chapter about that, telling them there's no big or small purpose. Depending on what you're currently doing could be your purpose. Your purpose can change. So those are the things that I have in the book. Um, and I really like this part in the book for people to see. I have a chapter in there talking about, dear women, I had an out of body experience. And they're intrigued by that, like, what in the world happened? And that was another pivotal moment for me to make the decision to write a book titled, Is Your Way in Your Way?
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we're glad you wrote that book. It's funny, when you were talking, you reminded me of a poem. It's called The Desiderata, and it's got a lot of different aspects that pertain to a person's life. But one of them is, do not compare yourself to others, for there will always be greater or lesser persons than yourself. And
Awesome.
I've always found that to bring me a lot of
Yes.
peace. Do not
Yeah.
compare yourself to others. There will always be greater or lesser persons than yourself. And I think that's the message of your book as well,
Yeah.
to love
Yeah.
yourself as you are, flaws and all. And once you become happy with that person who might be flawed a little bit or flawed a lot, you're comfortable in your own skin. You're going to be putting out positive vibes and energy in the world. And you're not going to be afraid to make that first step, whether it's changing careers, changing your relationship, or writing
Yes.
a book. The name of the
Yes.
book we've been exploring today is Your Way in Your Way, a self-discovery guide for women on how to restore yourself, learn from experience, and find your true self again. In
Yes.
this inspiring book, the author shares her journey of overcoming self-sabotage and finding divine guidance, offering women a powerful roadmap to fulfillment. It is a wonderful book. I think guys should read it too. It'll help them understand women better. And they will also recognize themselves in the pages of this book, because we're very, very different, but we're also very, very similar.
Yes.
And so it's a wonderful work you've done here. Cassandra, thank
Thank
you so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
Thanks for having me, Logan. I really appreciate this opportunity.
I appreciate your time and your candor and your insight into the folks at home. I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.